Retro Ghetto, collecting and playing retro. Street Fighter on the Nintendo. I'm a veteran at this, not a pro. Retro Ghetto.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Retro Ghetto. I am in the city of Leicester and I'm here for something very special indeed. We are of course headed to Super Game Shack. I love this shop, I come here as often as I can. Myself and the owner Rich have been working on this deal for a few weeks now, backwards and forwards. I've got a bag full of things I'm hoping to trade because yeah, there's something here which until recently I didn't even know existed. But ever since I saw it, I knew I had to have it. It's a big item, it's an expensive item, and yeah, let's go and take a look at what Super Game Shack has to offer and see if we can get this deal done. Wow, so we are upstairs in level 2, as you can see by the sign. I think Kev may have had a hand in that sign. This is seriously impressive. Rich was kind enough to let me see this during its building developments. I've seen like a couple of stages of it, but to see it complete, genuinely jaw-dropping. I walked in and I was like, wow. I mean, look at that. Look at those arcade machines. I'm fighting the urge to jump on Street Fighter 2, let me tell you. This is brilliant. Let me take you guys for a quick tour. So not only have we got arcade machines, coffee, cakes, every kind of memorabilia, everywhere you look, there is something video game and nostalgia related. Got some mini Astro cabs down here. I'm very jealous of these. I'd love to have one of these in the 3.0. Look at them. And they're the perfect size as well. I might have to ask Rich where he got these. That might be the answer to all my arcade problems. Everywhere we've got original movie posters. Love these figures up here as well, look at them. All this original movie stuff. OG Mortal Kombat sign. Blockbuster logo. I've got a huge smile on my face just walking around. Great selection of cabinets as well. Shmups, fighters, all the classic. Just noticed this. Look at that. I can do as many hours in here. And then not only that, there's also collectibles. So like following on from what obviously the fantastic shop downstairs. So once you're up here playing games, drinking your coffee, you can also be persuaded. Not that I need much persuading to buy some retro goodness. Look at this. Okay, so I've been fortunate enough to be joined by the owner, creator, Rich.
How you doing, guys? You all right?
Rich, I just said to you off camera, genuinely jaw-dropping.
It's pretty cool.
I've been to a lot of places in my time filming. This is spectacular. So first things first, congratulations, mate. I know you've had a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah, it's taken us a year to build this, on and off, with having the shop downstairs and life as well. Yeah, it's not been an easy ride whatsoever. It's fought us all the way, but it's turned out really, really cool in the end.
Absolutely. Well worth it. Like I say, just coming together of everything that you could want, right?
Yeah, it is basically the ultimate man pack.
Yeah.
Listen, if the shop fails,
Yeah.
I'm just going to close it and just have it in my own personal game space.
Mate, I don't blame you. Like I say, you got everything in here. You can drink coffee, you can buy toys, you can buy games, you can play games. Yeah, it's genuinely, like I say, jaw-dropping, mate. What's you're not open every day, are you? Let people know when you're open.
Otherwise, I'd literally go mental. No, we're just open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So for the moment, that's it. We might do a couple of extra days leading up to Christmas, maybe a Thursday. We might slide in as well. But yeah, just Friday, Saturday, Sundays.
And you've only just opened, and you had one weekend so far.
Yeah, one full weekend. Then we had like our opening Saturday as well, which both been stacked out. So yeah, so far it's gone down really, really well with everyone.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you giving us time. I know you're busy. I know you've got cakes to bake.
Yeah.
And I've got games to hunt because I've seen many things already that I want to buy. So I appreciate your time, mate. And thanks again, man.
Thanks for coming in.
Wow, how good is the all-new Level 2 looking at Super Game Shack? As much as I've shown you some fantastic pieces throughout that footage, there's a lot more. It's one of them places where everywhere you look, there's some sort of nerd culture reference. There's memorabilia, there's pieces for sale, pieces you can eat, games you can play. It really is just, yeah, it's a phenomenal space. Rich has done such a great job, and it was up there where I found my first purchase of what will probably go down as one of my best ever hunts in terms of the pieces that I've bought, but we'll get to more of that a little bit later in the video. But the first thing, as I say, this was up there in those glass cabinets, and as soon as I saw it, I thought, I'm going to have to ask about this, because this is something that I've been wanting ever since I saw it on a previous Ghetto Gang game room tour, and that is the Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots Limited Special Edition. So MGS4 Guns of the Patriots is a 2008 action stealth game. It's the 6th Metal Gear Solid game developed by Kojima Productions, and it's set 5 years after the events of Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. The story centers around a prematurely aged Solid Snake, now known as Old Snake, and that is the figure that you get inside this special edition. It's a beautiful statue. I haven't opened any of this yet, but I will do so you guys can see a bit of overlay and see exactly what's in here. Not only do you get that fantastic statue, but it also contains a soundtrack. And listen, when it comes to collector's editions, sometimes they're nice. They're nice pieces to put on the shelf. They come in a nice package and they just look great. But often they come with things that you're never going to use, right? I always joke about postcards and those little like mini plastic standee displays, things like that that I personally am never going to use. But what I do enjoy from collector's editions is making of DVDs or Blu-rays, and that's what's in here. So we've got the making of, and I always enjoy watching those ahead of playing the game. I've never actually played Metal Gear Solid 4. I've spoke on the channel before how my Metal Gear Solid run was the first 2 games on the original PlayStation, and I've never really put much time into it since then. So I often talk about the impetus to play games once I buy a nice piece. I did that with Castlevania Lords of Shadow on the 360. Buying that nice collector's edition gave me the impetus to look further into the game and then play it, and I almost enjoyed the experience more for having that, and I'm thinking that's going to be the same with this one. I'm going to watch the DVD and I'm going to sit there with this in full view while I play the game, and yeah, it just gives me that extra impetus and that little bit of extra love to put into the game. And yeah, just a fantastic, fantastic piece. I'm going to be overhauling my PlayStation 3 area very soon. It needs a lot of work, and this is going to go front and center in that new PlayStation 3 area, that's for sure. So yeah, this is a great way to start my hunt, but this is by no means the best thing that I pick up today. It's time now to go downstairs to the main shop itself and continue the hunt. This is one of them shops where you can always guarantee you're going to see good stuff, and today was no exception. But at this point, I've taken a look at the item that I came here for, and now it was time to negotiate.
It's with a heavy heart, that is, Rich. I hope these are going to a good home. Are they going to be on display? Can I come and see them?
I might do a window display with them.
Yeah.
Start of the year next year.
That's good.
Do a big window
We'll have a free coffee and look at it.
Yeah.
I am delighted to say that after weeks of backwards and forwards and somewhat tense negotiation, the deal has been done. You caught a quick glimpse there of some of the things I traded in, and it was just basically things that I decided I didn't need in the 3.0 anymore. With me having recently acquired the life-size Kratos, that fantastic 18-inch NECA piece just wasn't doing it for me anymore, so it was time to pass that on. Also, last time I was at Super Game Shack, I bought that fantastic WWE SmackDown Collector's Edition, and that was something that I just didn't have the room for. I tried many times to fit that into my display, but whilst I enjoy it, I don't have the room to make it front and centre, as I will for something like that Metal Gear Solid piece. So yeah, it was just a few bits and bobs which I just didn't have to own anymore. And sometimes you have to do that as a collector, right? You have to be able to let things go. And I like to say, it was all well worth it for this. This is something that I saw last time I went. Prior to that, I didn't know it existed. That's how rare this thing is. And that is the Spanish exclusive Super Mario 5 Stars console pack.
I've been thinking about this ever since I came in here. I don't know how many weeks ago. You were on one of your many holidays, Rich, and I was there.
Such a rested man. How many days off do you get a week?
None. Do you know anything about this?
It's from Spain.
Yeah. I didn't know it existed.
It's the only one I've ever seen ever.
Same.
So, never even seen it in pictures or anything. So, it was
Same.
pretty cool when it came through the door.
Part of me's thinking it's even rare in Spain, because if it was abundant, you'd think you'd have seen it. In all your years of doing this, in all my years of collecting, I didn't even know this was a thing.
No, so I've seen, we found a couple on, for sale internationally, but that was it.
Yeah.
It's a really nice piece.
And it's complete, I assume. It's got the Super Nintendo inside and everything. I mean, let's be honest, I'm paying for the box, but
Want to look at it?
let's have a look. Oh,
Right, it has got...
complete with baggies.
Yeah, baggies. At the moment, it's got the international plug with it.
Yeah.
At the moment.
It's all right. I can leave that in because it's probably more authentic. I've got a Super Nintendo, mate. I'm not too worried about that.
You just want a piece of cardboard.
I just want the piece of cardboard.
Okay.
I'm a cardboard fetishist. It's self-confessed at this point. It's an expensive bit of cardboard, but no regrets, I gotta say.
No, it's a really nice piece.
Now, I often overuse terms like grail, but one of the terms I don't like to overuse is rare. You often hear me referring to things as uncommon. But in this case, I think I can definitely use the term rare. I didn't know this existed, and whilst I don't profess to know everything that exists within the video game world, when it comes to Super Nintendo, and PAL Super Nintendo at that, I pretty much thought I was aware of everything that had been released in and around this console generation life cycle. Not this. So it turns out this was a Spanish exclusive, and when it comes to finding out information about this, it's very few and far between on the internet. There's not really much information I can give you about the console itself. Obviously, it includes my favourite cartridge of all time, in my opinion, the best cartridge ever made. Not only the Mario All-Stars pack, which contains revamped or one of the first ever remasters of Mario Bros, Mario Bros 2, Mario Bros 3 and Lost Levels, but also the one which includes Super Mario World. You guys know how much I love Mario All-Stars. I've got my own little shrine in here dedicated to it. That was the cartridge which made me fall in love with Nintendo, Super Nintendo, gaming, collecting, everything that you now see around me in this room, all wrapped up into one Christmas gift way back when. So yeah, I knew I had to have this. But like I say, doing some research on this on the internet, I was able to find a few examples out there. I was able to find one that was for sale for a similar price to this. It's, I believe it was just over 400 euros, and that was in the Netherlands, but it was in very bad condition. The whole sort of front tab was missing off it. Other than that, I was able to find an American eBay listing for almost $1,800, again in worse condition. There's another European one that was 3,000 euros. So yeah, safe to say, a hard to find piece and certainly not a cheap one. I think I did fantastic. As I say, we're able to thrash out a deal, and I genuinely couldn't be happier. Not only do you guys know how much I love All-Stars, Super Nintendo, but also the colour red. I've got like a growing red area here, which we may or may not be extending very soon, and this is going to take front and centre. I honestly could not be happier to own this. And with Super Nintendo collecting, with me going for a full set, you might think that, you know, I was quite hardcore. But there's levels to Super Nintendo collecting, right? I know people that have got 2 full sets. I know people that only collect sealed. I know people that only collect graded. I know people that only collect 10 out of 10 mint. I'm certainly not that guy. So there's definitely levels. But it is nice to add something which, as I say, for me it feels quite exclusive to own it, because I didn't know it existed. I've never seen anybody else sharing this thing or showing pictures of it. So yeah, it is nice to have that something in the collection alongside going for a Super Nintendo full set, which I think sort of like deserves to be alongside such a creation as my Super Nintendo wall is. And yeah, I've just got to give a massive shout out once again to Rich. Thank you for the hospitality. Thank you for allowing me to come and film, even though you weren't actually open. And this is the part of the video where I often say things like, if you're ever in the area, make sure you go and check them out. Well, I'm not going to say that today. What I'm going to say is get yourself to the area to go and check them out. Genuinely, because it's what Rich has created within that Silver Arcade in Leicester is a one-stop shop for everything I love, geekdom. And it's somewhere that you can go with your partner, even if they're not particularly interested in the hobby, because you can go upstairs, you can have a coffee, you can have cakes, you can play arcades, you can just enjoy these surroundings that you're in. Yeah, it's fantastic. Massive shout out to Rich. I know how much work he's put into it, and yeah, I'm definitely going to be back again very, very soon. I think these are probably my best pickups. Only 2, but it's definitely quality over quantity. I mean, I'm standing to look at Kratos. We might have to put him aside, but if you've been watching the channel, let me know in the comment section below what you think my best pickups of 2024 are. But yeah, we're definitely going to try and go bigger and better in 2025, that's for sure. So if you're not already locked to the channel, make sure you do so. But as always, play your games, keep it retro. Thank you for watching. In a bit.
Lock into the retro ghetto. Come and have a look around the ghetto. We got Sonic and Staples settle. Lock into the retro ghetto.
I love this. Right, so unsurprisingly, this week's post-credit gameplay is coming courtesy of Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario World. Now, you may notice, if like me, you were used to the standard version of this game, it used to have a blue background, sorry. The orange one is one of the changes with the and Mario World. Also, I don't know the name, but the pink dragon character from Mario 2, I don't think she's represented down there in the standard version either. Other than that, apart from the addition of Mario World, it's exactly the same. But this title screen, man, it is just pure nostalgia for me. It really is. I smile from ear to ear every time I see it. So, I am going to be playing Mario Lost Levels, my nemesis as a child. I've completed this a couple of times as an adult. But if the story is correct, I believe this is what Japan got as Mario 2. I think it was deemed to be too difficult for us poor gaming Westerners. So we got a completely different Mario 2. I don't remember it saying unreleased in Europe on the standard version of All-Stars either. But this is where we're going to go today. We're just going to try and run through it, see how far I can get. But this game is notoriously difficult, for a Mario game at least. So yeah, let's go for it. Now I'm not going to play cautiously. Oh, hang on. I almost died. For some reason on this controller, jump isn't set to B. Only A is. That's weird. Okay, so as usual, turns out it was a user error. Nothing to do with the controller. I'd switched it to type B. Right, no excuses now. Let's go. Now that the B button is jump, I could not get used to playing Mario without being able to jump with B. Right, here we go. That's better. Now I know what I'm doing. Now it feels familiar. Nice little one up.
Right, stage 1 done. Relatively straightforward. No, 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 no. Oh, come on. Have to do this. I remember as a kid thinking I was a hacker man doing this. We're going to see how far I can get on one continue. Not very far. Ah, why is it so much harder than I remember? Now I think there's a warp world cheat on that level if you go carry on at the top, but we're not looking to cheat. We want to play the game. And see how far we can get on this continue. Oh my god, we're not going to get far like that. We need a mushroom or something. This game's infinitely harder when you small Mario because you have to run, dash, jump, everything. That was risky. I can't tell you how happy this game makes me, even though I'm poor at it now. That was a mistake. Oh! That was close. Like I say, when you small Mario, every single jump seems to require the dash jump. Hopefully this is a mushroom. Yes. Oh no! I should have known. Lost Levels doesn't give you anything easy. Maybe Japan was right. Because Westerners can't be trusted. I made a meal of it, but we got there. We got there. Right, is this a mushroom? Yes. Oh, you're kidding me. Ah. I'd at least like to see the next world. Finally. Now, being Big Mario presents its own challenges on this stage. As you can tell, Jesus Christ, just rush as far as you can while you're invisible. Here he is. No! I hit the underside! Oh, no! No! I can't go out like that. Oh, this is supposed to be a one continued challenge, but whatever. Whatever, we're going again. I really need to start practicing these games before I play them on these post-credit gameplay sections. My gameplay street credit has gone through the floor in recent weeks. Ah, Jesus. You're just playing with fire. Just an arsehole. Oh, here we go, here we go. This time. Just jump it. There we go. It's that easy, look. It's that easy. Bag full of mushrooms. I'm sure there's many people out there that will be happy with that. Right, we're in World 2. Been nice to get in without using the continue, but there we go. So just middle-aged life. It's only going to get a lot harder from here. Oh my god. Have another go. Have another go. Oh, there we go. Finally! A star is usually as much of a curse as it is a gift. See? I enter panic mode when I've got the star. Something about that music. I get all jerky. Oh, that's nicely done. Oh, skills! I might just show that 1 5-second clip of gameplay and leave it at that. Oof. And that's the thing about Lost Levels, right? It's the jumps. It's the jumps that kill you. Where am I? What? Have I found some kind of cheat? I don't even remember this as a kid. Like I say, me and Lost Levels didn't really get along as a kid. Mario 3 was the first Mario I ever completed, first game I ever completed. I would subsequently go on to do 1 and 2, of course. 2 is a bit more of a challenge. I'd say it's more of a challenge than 1 and 3. Just because of the way they move. Like, different characters are easier than others. I was always Mario, but with hindsight, it would be a lot easier to have played with, like, Luigi. He's just got more of a jump. You can, like, manipulate his jump better. Old crazy legs. Great. Nice one. Cheers, Lost Levels. Of course you're trying to kill me at every turn. All I want is a flipping mushroom and not one that kills me. Thanks. Oh my god. There we go. There we go. I'm down to 1 life, but when we're done, we're done. No more continues. How? In a bit.